buy this, not that. So you're either in the market for a new Tesla and trying to figure out what kind of charger to buy, or you've seen that beautiful Tesla wall connector and you're trying to justify spending that much more money. Unfortunately, the mobile connector no longer comes with the Tesla, but you can buy it during the purchase process, or you can buy the more expensive Tesla wall connector. So let's take a quick look at both of them and tell you why I advise almost everyone to stick with the mobile connector. All right, so my advice, buy the mobile, all right? Why is it called a mobile charger? Because you unplug it, you take it with you. It's mobile. Not only can you take this with you, put it in your trunk in case you're taking some kind of a road trip and, you know, you never know. You run into some kind of an emergency where you need to plug in. You may not have this be able to plug into a 1450, but odds are there's going to be a 110 somewhere nearby. Remember, you're almost always closer to a source of electricity than you are gasoline. Okay, so you've unplugged this. Now, look what you've got. An open 240 volt outlet in your garage, workshop, wherever. So what can you do with this? Well, check this out. See that? A heater, a massive heater for its size. This can keep my entire garage warm. I'm in the Chicagoland area, okay? I made an entire video on why I think this is actually a great little heater for people's garages. But you can't plug this into 110. You need a 240. Check this out. I could have bought a much bigger heater actually, but I figured this one was good enough. And you know what? It is good enough. I can't remember what style of 240 plug this is. I'll put it in there. But what I had to do, because that doesn't fit, it's not a 1450, is I built this converter. I'll put a link below to the video where I made this. And voila, 1450. So now I can plug this in here. I've got a heater for my garage. Maybe you don't need a heater. Maybe you need a welder, okay? Again, same thing. If it doesn't come with this style of an outlet, you can build a converter. It's really not that big of a deal for, I don't know, $10, $15. So the wall connector doesn't allow this, okay? You don't have an outlet. It's a circuit built behind the actual unit. You know, you don't have a free outlet. So that is the biggest reason why I stick with the mobile. Another reason, this is smaller. That other unit is it's pretty big, it's pretty bulky. If you're liking this video, please check out all my other videos. You're gonna like it, please like and subscribe. Okay, Tesla wall connector, what do you get? Well, $425. You get a very cool looking connector, rated for outdoor use, and it puts out 48 amps, all right? The mobile connector only puts out 32 amps. What does this give you? Faster charging rate. I'll put some of the numbers up here. Model 3, Model Y, you get 46 miles of range per hour. Model S, Model X, you get between 30 and 34 miles per rated hour, which, you know, these are definitely better than the mobile, but is it worth it? Is it necessary? I'll go over that in a minute. The new Gen 3 wall connector from Tesla, something very cool about it, you can plug two of them into the same circuit at the electrical panel, if you understand what a circuit is. It's basically so you can run one set of wires out here as if you were to have one of them, but instead you plug two of them in, and because it has this Wi-Fi programmable capability, you can share the charge between two different cars. So basically it's load sharing, okay? Off of the same circuit, you get to charge two different cars. That you can't do with the mobile connector. So if you're the average driver, you're driving, I don't know, let's say 14,000 miles a year, that works out to, let's call it 50 miles a day. 50 miles a day, this is going to charge your car no problem. I don't care if you've got a Model 3, if you've got a Model S, X Plaid. In a couple hours, you've got more than enough recharge to get your car back up to wherever, you know, typically 80%, 85. Really, that is the only scenario. If you're going out all the time, driving pretty far, coming back home and then wanting to recharge your car very fast to go back out. Those scenarios just seem so limited to me that I don't know why you would need to charge any faster at home. As a matter of fact, when I got this car, I was driving about 20 miles per day, 20, 30 miles per day. I was using the 110. All right, this charged for me anywhere from 3 to 5 miles of charge per hour. So overnight, typically I had at least 12 hours of charging my car. At most, I would get 60 miles of charge out of it. Now, this was not an issue, okay? I drove like that for about a year and a half, no problem. The only time I had an issue was in winter. I had to start driving up for 1 week. I had to drive maybe 70 to 80 miles per day. And after 2 or 3 days, I was running into a deficit and I had to hit a supercharger one time. So If you're driving those kind of miles, then yeah, definitely get the 240. If you're living in a northern hemisphere, I would definitely get the 240, just because you don't want to have that, you know, range anxiety at home. Okay, that should never happen. You should never have range anxiety driving to work and back if you're doing, you know, anywhere from 20 to 100 miles a day, 150 miles a day. That shouldn't be an issue. This will handle that. But definitely get the 240 line. I would just advise it. But can you get by with the 110? Yeah, you can. As long as your miles are low, okay, per day. You start getting into the 50 miles per day, and you know, you could run into an issue in the winter. Not that you couldn't hit a supercharger on your route. If you're driving that far every day, you're almost surely going to be passing a supercharger. So it's not like you're going to run into any major issues in that regard. It's just that it feels better to be able to fully charge every time you come home. So the only real downside to this is if you would need to mount it outside. Some people need to mount it on a wall outside the garage door, or on a post or something like that where it's outside full time. I wouldn't do that with this, okay? I don't think it's rated for that, although it can handle some outdoor use. You know, I'm looking here, it's not incredibly sealed, so it's not really designed for that. If you want to have this something plugged in like this outdoors, yeah, I would definitely get that other connector. All right, another benefit of the mobile connector. See this? This plugs into my generator. Let's say I lose power somehow. If it was some kind of an emergency and I needed to charge my car, I can do that. I can run my generator using this converter, plug this into here, this into the generator, plug this into my car, and charge it up. A link down below on the video on how I did that. Now, you want the ultimate solution? Buy them both, money bags. Really, that gives you the best of both worlds. You want to supercharge at home. It's not supercharging, but you want to charge really fast at home, and you want a sweet looking charger. That Tesla one that's the one to get for sure, okay? And maybe you want to free up an outlet in your garage, or you want to have the security of having this little mobile safety package along with you in your car when you do road trips like I do, then yeah, buy them both. Oh, something else I bring along on my trips? This. A big extension cord, all right? Again, you never know what might happen. You never know what you're going to run into out there. And if possibly have to charge up somewhere really strange, this could save you, okay? So I hope I helped out. Any questions, please put them below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.